This is the Turtle School Podcast, a podcast where we talk about Dokkan Battle. I'm Al,
I'm Cam.
And I'm Kaz.
and we saw that there wasn't a lot of like or there weren't a lot of Dokkan podcasts out there, or any at all. Haven't really been able to find any, so we decided we'd start one, and just get some information out there to people, and just bullshit back and forth and talk about cards.
Yes. So Al, what'd you do this weekend or week since the last time we talked?
Well, I edited and put up the podcast for last week on Saturday. We had some crazy audio issues, and I had a lot of editing to do. It took me a couple hours, but I got it done, and I think it sounds all right. I listened to most of it, but it might. I don't know if it messes up at a certain point, but everything looked fine in the editor.
Yeah, I didn't listen to all of it because honestly, I can't stand listening to my voice for more than 30 minutes. Even that was a struggle. But the first half that I listened to was fine. It didn't sound too bad at all. So
I'm glad
definitely
that
didn't.
you do this. I can't listen either, like to myself like that. I've listened to you guys, and when it's me, I just kind of like skip over myself.
Oh yeah, like I cringe so bad when I start hearing myself talk. It's awful.
I bet my friend who is listening I've been talking to him about it. That's what I said. I said I sound friggin' weird, man. This doesn't sound right. This isn't me. And I spend all my time on radios and shit like this. I was like, I've never heard my voice like this. What the hell?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really strange because I'll pop the podcast on at work. If I'm between other podcasts and just check it out. Like, I mean, because we're really only talk for about an hour and 40 minutes, and it kind of makes the day go by a little bit. But it is really strange because it's almost like, I mean, and I don't want to sound crazy, but I don't know if you guys have ever had this where you kind of have a dialogue in your head with your voice and then like somebody else's voice.
Hmm.
And that's what it kind of feels like listening to the podcast. Like, it almost drives me insane. I have to turn it off after a little bit, but it's
Yeah, my thing is like because I used to work in a call center, so whenever I like they would review calls, or your calls in the call center, obviously, um, and so there'd be like two different formats. You'd either listen to it with your entire team, so 20 to 30 people just singling you out and listening to your phone call, and that was the worst, or just be like you and a team leader, a manager. Um, but when you listen to it with like the entire group of people and they just be singling you out and like telling you, so class, what do you think so and so did well on their call? I died every single time. Can never do that shit.
I had since we talked about my job last time a little bit, and I don't work at this one agency anymore. Just a note for anybody listening: don't ever call a recorded line that is covered by the Freedom of Information Act and try to cheat on anybody because it doesn't end well. It usually ends with bricks getting thrown through windows by angry, scorned women.
Um, what did I?
They were listening to calls and that happened, Kim, and that was
Oh, that's fantastic.
hilarious. I mean, it was horrible, but it was just wow.
What was I gonna say? Oh, for me this weekend, it's my 26th birthday, um, and that was fun because birthdays are cool. So if I had to fucking drive around, literally my entire birthday, you figure on your birthday you want to relax and do nothing. Nah, I just drove around from family member to family member's house for 3 days straight and got no rest done, or had no time to rest. There we go.
I think they're supposed to come to you on your birthday. I might be wrong, but aren't people supposed to leave? I just want to be left alone on my birthday. Even with my kids, I'm like, let's sit down and watch a movie and just in the dark and be quiet. How about we do that? That's all Daddy wants to do for his birthday, and they're happy to do that.
Yes. So normally I would agree with you, but so I don't know if I told you guys last week. So my my birthday is on the 5th, October 5th. My little brother's birthday is the 4th, so the day before mine. My sister's birthday is on the 6th, my stepsister. Not actually not even stepsister, it's a long story. My sister's birthday is on the 6th, and then her dad's birthday is on the 7th. So it's just 4 days straight of different family members' birthdays. So like Saturday, I went to my mom's house. Had like my little brother. I honestly have no idea how old he is. I think he's 11. I could be completely wrong. Um, he was having like a little birthday party. A bunch of family members over. Had pizza and cake and ice cream and shit. And then from there, I went to my sister's birthday. She was having this big thing um, at like this outdoor bar and grill area where they have like outdoor games like giant Jenga, giant chess, giant checkers, all that shit. Um, and I was there celebrating her and her dad's birthday, and then left there. And then Sunday we did dinner, or I went back to my mom's house to have dinner for my birthday. And it was just a whole clusterfuck. And this weekend I was supposed to be doing shit with my dad, like just a lot. Having divorced parents is not fun.
No, it's not. I mean, hey, I'll trade with you though. I spent the weekend in the ER with two screaming 5-year-olds.
Oh, that's right.
That's not fun at all.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I'll never trade with you because I will never have kids. Well, I can't have kids.
Well,
I can't have kids. I'm just not going to.
the best part was my daughter, who was the one that was upset. Actually, my son was pretty good. I gave him the Switch, and he was fine. He killed the battery on it because we were there for like 6 hours. But my daughter was just, why are the doctors taking so long? And then she'd scream and cry. And it was just an ear infection, thank God. But it really freaked me out when I'm taking a nap with him and I just wake up to yelling and screaming and it hurts. And it was really funny to watch a 5-year-old just trash why are they so slow? Why are they taking so long? And then just scream and yell in pain. I felt like the person who brings their kids to like a restaurant. It's like, you're 11 right now for free food, because I told her when she was going through bouts of like it would be fine for a minute and then it would hurt. And so I tell her, I was like, does it hurt now? Yes. Okay, let's go up to the front. You can yell at them.
That's awesome.
Then we go back to our seats and we'd be fine. And I was like, oh man, if they come around the corner now, they're just going to ignore us. Start yelling again.
Yeah. That's great.
Well, the best part was she's supposed to have insurance, and I was not informed by her mother that it apparently had expired or she hadn't redone it, and I just did mine at work. And so I went to go get her medication, and eardrops was going to be 200 something dollars. Ridiculous. So the pharmacist, really nice lady, called the doctor, got the doctor to give a generic one. It went from $200+ to 12 for generic with no insurance at all. It was absolutely ridiculous.
So I had that happen to me um, when I broke my foot. Um, they gave me um, Vicodin, obviously, and not obviously, but they gave me Vicodin. And so when I went and got my prescription filled, it was trying to go under my insurance, um, but no. It was trying to go under no insurance because I hadn't set up insurance, and it was gonna be like $360 or something for, I think it was like 20 pills. Um, and I was like, well, this should be under workers' comp. So I ended up telling him like, no, it should be under workers' comp. Blah blah blah. It went from $312 to free, obviously, because workers' comp. But I was like, that's stupid. That's way too much fucking money for nothing, basically.
No, it was on the subject of that. I was talking to Kez last week after we recorded, and I was telling him about how yeah, cut this. I was telling him about how like a buddy of mine at work, he just had a kid, and it's like even with our insurance through work, it cost him $16,000, like just to be there for the couple of days of labor. And when Lev and I had our kid, we had a problem early on where we ended up having to stay in the hospital for 3 weeks. And luckily, Lev was covered by the old Obamacare, and we didn't have to pay a dime for any of the
awesome.
whole pregnancy at all. Just not even a dime. Everything was free.
Well, that's the problem right now. I don't want to get political and into healthcare and everything, but like it pertains to the medication cost. They saw that she was supposed to have Medicare, so the doctor just gave her a brand name expensive thing, and that was what the pharmacist told me. They didn't look at anything. There was no generic version of what the doctor prescribed for my daughter because she had inner and outer ear infection. He just gave her whatever he could bill, and we'll go to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist gets it for $12 just by getting a generic form of something else. Like that's one of the problems that drives up these ridiculous costs is people just knowing they can bill something ridiculous and there's no oversight.
Yeah, I personally I don't mind if we get political because I love talking politics, but I understand that it's not our target audience at all.
We
If
love
we
it,
want to
but
start,
people seem to not. Well, we're different. We can actually have a. Just for everybody listening, I don't think any of us agrees on politics. We agree in areas, but we are good friends and very able to have a civil conversation with it being the what you had 15 years ago as well. We agree to disagree. You can't do that anymore, which is kind of ridiculous.
yeah, no. Fuck, what I was gonna say. God damn it, politics got me all sorts of off track.
Now you're just excited. Ooh, politics.
Well, that's what's funny. Like, so I work a very much. Goddamn, my English is awful, which it always is. I work in a very blue collar uh, job, I guess. Yeah, job. And the majority of people that I work with, minus like two or three of them, are very, very right wing Republican Trump supporting. Which whatever, you do you. Um, but they will consistently like sit there and like bash on millennials, and I'm a millennial, so I don't like it. I understand that some of the shit is valid, but bruh, don't just sit there and bash on it. But they'll make like it. It annoys me so much. They'll sit there and like bash on Mexicans. It's like, bruh, I'm literally standing right in front of you. Like, fuck off. And shit, I lost all train of thought. Sorry, that was bad.
No, it's all
That
good.
happened last night.
I'll cut this out. I probably
No, I don't think you. Like that's one of the things. Like this is gonna. You probably should cut this out at this point, but I don't think you need to cut out like stuff like that because it does show that we're just having a conversation. And I think you get those, and that to me, that's like it's not endearing because that's I don't think it's the right word for it, but it it does add to kind of the just friends talking type
The
of
hanging
atmosphere
out
because that's
vibe.
the same shit. Yeah, because that's the same shit that would happen if I was actually hanging out with you guys.
It is exactly what
It'd be the
happens when
same
we
shit.
hang out in Discord.
yeah, that's true. I don't need to cut anything out. You guys are gonna have to deal with whatever we do.
Which I think is perfectly fine. So, audience, hello. We're all human. Sometimes we fuck up.
I seriously want to get SJWs attacking me though. Like I don't want to do anything blatant, but I want it to be like over something stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Might cut
Well,
that.
I mean, you don't have to do anything for that. I mean, you pick a color. Soon it's going to offend somebody. Actually, I'll call it color. I just said color. We're screwed.
All right. Well, anyway,
Okay.
let's get a little bit more back on track. You guys play any games this week? Any new
I
games?
did. I was telling you guys about it before. I was playing that Regalia game that I found on Steam. I think it's Regalia Men and Monarchs. I think is the full title, but it's a an indie strategy tactics game, and I just love the story because the story is very. It does not take itself seriously. The best thing that I can equate it to is like it's constantly breaking that fourth wall, kind of like Deadpool, and so they're always making these jokes at and above each other and about it, just the whole situation and what's going on. And it's just really, really nice to see a game that doesn't take itself seriously, and yet at the same time still has an actual storyline that is really interesting. I mean, you're going out on these battles that are like Final Fantasy Tactics, just that checkerboard strategy battle with units that you level up and you get them gear, and then you go back to your town, which is just basically the screen where you rebuild your town. Kim, you've played it, Ni no Kuni. It's just like that. It's exactly like that, and I love it.
Oh, okay. And is it on the Switch or?
No, it's on Steam. It's like $30 on Steam, and I found it on G2A for like $8. And
Mhm.
it's got its flaws. It's by no means a perfect game, but I had a lot of fun. I got it yesterday, so I've only been playing it for like last night, but I got pretty far into it. The only thing that I don't like is there are time restraints. Like you have 2 in-game months to do certain things, and I've run the wire on a few of them where I almost ran out of time.
Oh, okay.
But the characters have their own personalities, histories, stories, and you get to part of the game is actually to get to know them, and you level up. They have like a friendship meter, and you love acquaintance, friend, buddy, uh, com confidant, and admirer. It's just I like games like that.
Um, I really have only played 2 games. Obviously, Dokkan. I played that a ton over the weekend. I was farming up some of the easy A shit. Um, and then uh, the most recent Tomb Raider, which is I don't know the name of it. It's Tomb Raider.
Shadows of the Tomb Raider.
I think it is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Let me make sure though. But yeah, I was playing. I've been playing that off and on the last couple weeks. Played that a bunch. Um, yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Played that a bunch over the weekend. Love that game. I love one. I like the RPG style of it, where you're, crafting weapons and armor and shit like that, and then just um, the like parkour, running up walls and climbing shit. Like it's the best of like a lot of the games that I love, like Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, and kind of shit like that. Just kind of rolled into one package, which is really nice.
But I haven't been able to play a Tomb Raider game since the pointy pixel Madonna boobs. I don't know, man. The game
There's a
just let me
skin.
down.
There's a skin for that.
I've seen people wear that costume at cons, and it is friggin' hilarious. But no, that game let me down as a teenager. It let all of us down. Okay, don't lie. Anybody listening, you know that you tried, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Okay.
There is a skin that you can wear. God fucking damn it. Sorry, I'm doing the legendary Goku event as we're talking, and he just dodged. There's a skin in Tomb Raider that you can do the classic pointy ass boobs, and pixel art basically, which is really fun.
I played the crap out of that game when I was a teenager. I was living in New York, and me and my cousin and just a group of our friends Soul Blade, the original Soul Blade, which is so fun but so hard. That game and Tomb Raider was like our game for God. I don't know how long we played the crap out of those games.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I never played Tomb Raider. Any of them.
It's a good game. Like, have you ever played any of the Uncharted games? Oh,
I have Uncharted 4. It came with my PlayStation. I booted it up, and I think I was like, you start off on some boats, and there's this whole shootout thing, and I died, and I turned the game off and took a disc out. I haven't put it back in.
it is a. To, Uncharted is one of my favorite series of all time. One, I love Naughty Dog. They will never be able to do any wrong to me. Like, um, the entire Uncharted series, which there's now 5 games in that series. Yeah, 5 games in that series. Or
Yeah,
4. I don't fucking
there's
remember.
5.
And then The Last of Us is still to this day like one of my completely favorite games of all times, or not game, but makers of games.
Yeah, I haven't played that one either.
I'm just upset there's not the Uncharted movie with Nathan Fillion already.
So people were really wanting, but it's I'm pretty sure it was Nathan Fillion that like he didn't want to.
Oh no, he loves
Um,
Uncharted. He loves it.
yeah. Um, but I don't know if you saw. So they are making an Uncharted movie, and Tom Holland is going to be Nathan Drake.
Wait, Spider-Man?
Yes, he's going to be a young Nathan Drake.
Okay, I was gonna say because
Yeah,
Nathan Drake looks exactly like Malcolm Reynolds. They had to have molded him after that character.
Yeah, so they're gonna do that, which I'm super excited for because Tom Holland is fantastic and he can never do any wrong. Except for he shaved his hair and he looks like Eminem now, and I'm kind of confused by it, but whatever. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited for that.
I just
And
love how he put an end to the whole Sony Marvel thing by actually calling the heads of both studios and saying, "Look,
Yeah,
fix this." That was really cool.
yeah, I completely agree. I'm so happy that Spider Man's back in the MCU because if I was gonna boycott the entire MCU and Sony everything.
I apparently this is an unpopular opinion, but I was mad at Sony for it. I'm glad they're going to be back in, but it was going to completely screw up what they had planned. It really was. You know that if Disney didn't get it, they were just going to throw a boatload of money at them and buy it, which I think they're still going to try and end
Yeah,
up doing anyway.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because if you look at both sides of what happened, it it realistically is more Disney's fault, but in the long run, Sony could have just fucking agreed and they still would have made a boatload of money. Like, yes, Disney would have screwed you in the long run, Sony, but let's be honest, Spider Man is your most popular and um, most financially successful IP in a very long time. So don't fuck with it.
Well,
Oh, God
the
damn it, I just
the
lost.
reason why why I was more on Marvel side of that was because Sony. I love Sony, but Sony does a lot of dumb things, and Sony Spider Man didn't take off until they started bringing the MCU back again. Because how many times have they messed up Spider Man? Sony's like it just they keep trying over and over again with it. But it really resonated with this last iteration they did with MCU, and for Sony to pretend that they did this on their own is just ridiculous. Like you both had a hand in it, work together. If you're not
Yeah,
gonna sell it, because I mean they wanted like $10 billion for the name, for Spider-Man's rights again, which I think is kind of ridiculous. But I don't know. You give me $10 billion, and I don't think I'd be buying comic book characters. I think I'd be pretty happy though.
yeah, right.
I would, you know what? If I had $10 billion, I would have fucking Super Saiyan Namek Goku right now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we bitch about that yet? I am still mad about that.
Oh, absolutely. So I've done some of these guys earlier, but I've done probably 12 multis, which usually I only do maybe one sale and then whatever I can, save up from whatever events are out. But I really, really want this fucking Namek Goku. And I've gotten two Friezas, the featured Frieza, the new Frieza, uh, two Tech Golden Friezas, an Angel Int Frieza, or whatever it is. Like, I've gotten every other fucking card on this banner dupes of, and still no fucking Goku.
Yeah, I only did 5 or 6, and I got the Frieza too. I got the Agility Frieza, which he is, and he looks like an awesome card. I really haven't used him yet. I'm still working on his getting him up to 10 SA, but he looks like a great card. I think he's gonna fit on a good amount of teams. Also, like I think he's our first Agility AOE card, which is kind of cool. But he's even though he's good, he's not Goku, and I wanted that Super Saiyan Goku so bad. It would have fit perfect with LR Gohan on that team that I've got. It would have been just great, and I would have loved to play and see if I could get him to transform and see the kind of damage that he would do with that Goku on rotation. That would be really nice.
Yeah, his transformation is extremely easy to pull off. Even his active ability is super easy to pull off. And his active ability, let's talk about that real quick. His active ability is fucking amazing. I was using him as a friend to attempt to do the fucking legendary Goku event. Um, and pulling off his active ability is one super fun because he changes. I don't know if it changes random key spheres to rainbow or what, but like you always get his super attacks off, in his active ability, and his essays are so cool.
I love his essay. I don't think I've seen them all. I've just seen the ones where you're fighting him, but they look awesome. I just really wanted that card. I'm sure down the line I'll get him, or hell, if they put him in the store, I might eventually buy him since we can't get Kale and Khalifa with the red coins, which I didn't realize until maybe a month or so ago, and that's what I've been saving up. But I would still love to have that card because even his transformation, like you said, is really easy to get off. And then putting him with Gohan, I want to see how both of them do because he gets such a huge boost from having a Goku on rotation with him. Cause I
Yeah.
love Gohan even when I don't transform him on purpose because he does amazing with just that insane defense and he still does 2-3 million a hit. I've got one dupe in him just for clarification on that, so he does a little more than just the base, but still. I would love to see him transformed with that Goku on rotation to see the kind of damage he could pull off.
Yeah.
Is he the only good Super Saiyan Goku that we have?
He's the only one that you would ever want to put on a team with LR Gohan right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if there's anything else, but they're all old. I mean, you technically have transforming, but you'd have to hold off on his transformation, which is impossible. So yeah, he's like the only one that would actually really fit on there.
I don't know if he even actually works because I haven't tried him, but I want to say I remember people saying that I don't think there's a way to do it because he transforms once a turn. There's no way, even with Android 16 on the team, you can't get Gohan to transform fast enough for Goku to
Yeah.
still be Super Saiyan 1. It just wouldn't. It's just impossible.
Well, what about this the free to play intellect Super Saiyan Goku, the instant transmission one? Because I was running him. I started running him in the legendary event for a little bit because I was getting frustrated with Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, and I wanted to try a couple of. I was just trying other things. Like I was just trying more stuff for the Kamehameha team. So like I tried Super Saiyan 4 Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta for a little bit because he dodges a lot. I was just trying to get a little bit more defense on there, but this his passive ability is pretty cool because he does something different in the first slot and then in the second and third slots. So he activate well. That actually wouldn't be good for that event because you have to run an android, right?
Yeah, you
To
do.
get to
Or fight an
yeah.
android. Are you talking about instant transmission Super Saiyan Goku or that free one we just got? Because there's actually two.
It's the one where he's wearing like that Goofy Planets get up.
Oh
Yeah, it's
yeah,
free
the
to
Cell
play.
Saga, the one we just got. Because he's nowhere near strong enough, man. His stats are just. I mean, honestly, you could get
Yeah.
URs from 2 years ago that have more stats than him. There's a.
Right, but like I'm talking about for like even just a regular team for something. Would he be a good activator for that Gohan? I mean, I know for this legendary
At that
event,
point, you would. Oh, sorry to cut you off.
No.
You'd probably want the Tech Goku Gohan duo that we just got, because one, he has better. One, he's an easy ace. He's gonna have better stats than in Goku that you're talking about. Two, um, he stacks attack and defense with the supers, and so that would probably be the better one because it does count as a Super Saiyan Goku card.
It
Until
does.
you
That'll
switch it.
that'll activate him. The only other
Oh,
the
yeah.
only other card I could see you maybe using would, and this is the one I thought
Is
you were
the
talking about, was we have an intelligence Goku, the Orb Changer one, because I've got him rainbowed at 120, and I mean 13,000 attack, 9,600 defense. His stats are good, but he only does supreme damage. He does it attack plus 40% for his passive, but even then, I mean there's nothing special about him. He's just Super Saiyan Goku to activate it. He's not gonna break any charts.
yeah. Oh, I run him on my one punch bag team.
I like the card. I used to use him all the time on intelligence teams back before, geez, probably like a year ago, but I haven't touched him since.
Another one that would probably be good is the family Kamehameha Goku.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially if you're not running the legendary event because he'll just get wrecked. There's too many agi enemies.
Yeah, like he would definitely get wrecked from that, but if you're just wanting something to run and activate it,
Yeah.
He'd be a good one.
Actually, you're
Yeah.
right. I didn't even think about him because he also raises allies attack too when he gets his
Hmm.
SA off, and his stats are a hell of a lot more impressive. I mean, like you said, Easy A. I've got him rainbow too. He's 17,000 HP, 16,000 attack, and 9,700 defense. I don't think he
Yeah.
has any. He does have a passive attack and defense plus 80% when he's HP 30 or above, so it's not bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull him up right now.
Yeah.
I could look at my phone, but I'm trying to find him on the the website.
And it's nice because he's still Kamehameha team.
Yeah, and he's got because he's Easy A, he's doing immense damage because of the 15 modifier. So he does have that going for him. If you don't have Namek Goku, that would probably be your best bet right there. Would be the family Goku.
Yeah. That's the thing that fucking pisses me off with that Namek Goku is one, his leader skills. Like I need him for that, because the Super Saiyan category is overpowered right now. Two, you're looking at his once he transforms, he stacks defense and attack. Maybe I don't know if he stacks attack, but I know he stacks defense on supers.
It's just defense that he stacks, but it's still
Okay.
he's got huge passive attack modifiers, so it makes up for it.
Yeah. And then he raises allies attack with by 30% when he supers, which is fucking amazing.
Is that his when
That's
he does
before he
rage?
transforms.
Oh, okay. You're talking about when he's base form. Okay, because I was like, I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah, so
Well, I love the fact that he
Um,
guards, or he has a good chance to guard, and if he does guard, he's gonna crit, which is for the next 3 turns. Like that's a LR Trunks right there. That's great because can you imagine the kind like you said, Super Saiyan category is overpowered. Put him with you can either put him in Super Saiyan or Kamehameha, and just imagine him getting those kind of boosts with those characters and critting for 3 turns straight. That would be
mhm.
insane damage. And that might
Yeah,
even
because he
go
hits
over
so hard.
into. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying he hits so hard. Like he does have really good attack modifier, so he hits really fucking hard if he's gonna fucking crit.
And I don't know if he transforms because I haven't used him yet at all. I haven't used him as a friend or anything because I'm still bitter and angry that I don't even have him. If you do guard and then you transform into the rage, I don't know if that carries over, but that would be even better if the crit carried over into the transformation. But I'm not sure how that works because I mean transformation cards are relatively new.
Yeah, I don't know either because I have used him and I've had him rage once. Um, but to be completely honest, I wasn't even paying attention to see if he was still critting during that entire time or not.
And even then, you
But
wouldn't really know if it was the guaranteed crit or if it was just the chance. That's the thing.
yeah,
That's the kind of thing we're just gonna have to wait for. Because I still haven't seen an optimal team yet either. I'm still waiting on that for LR Gohan. There's no way that this Goku is not gonna be on it. I mean, I know before I was a
oh
little
yeah,
concerned. I wasn't sure if people were gonna do those 2 teams, but I think at this point, with how good this card is, that this is definitely going to be the optimal setup.
Yeah, I didn't even think of the ramifications of a Super Saiyan team.
Honestly, I didn't either. They've thrown so much at us in the last few months. I mean, all these categories, these crazy cards, the anniversary, the 300 million. Now we're getting this Dokkan Fest. It's like I think we said it last time. Like, slow down, guys. My wallet can only take so much.
yeah. I mean, if you're looking at the Super Saiyans category, just LRs, you have the new Gohan, you have Go Bros, you have Tech Prime Battle Goku, um, Tech Broly, uh, Vegeta and Gogeta, um, Int Prime Battle Vegeta, and LR Fizz Trunks. Like that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 because I forgot the Agi Prime Battle Trunks. That's 9 fucking LRs that fit on that category.
I would love to see how they actually, because I'm running a full LR team with Gohan, and it actually works out pretty well. They sometimes there's some problems, but normally I can always get at least their 12 off. And their 18 is up in the air at times, but usually it's not that big a problem. But I wonder how if they would have any issues on a team like that because Gohan and Gobros after a few rounds will be self sufficient. You won't have to worry about them. Goku, obviously, you wouldn't have to worry about. You've got Tech Broly Chem, so I don't know, but you wouldn't have any problems with the fusions. They're gonna be fine. The only issue I would see would be Trunks. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, because basically, if you ran if you ran the fusions, you just have them linked together because they link perfectly together. Um,
And then you'd link
like you said,
Trunks and I'm sorry, not Trunks, Gohan, and then Gobros. They would be great together.
yeah. If you probably wouldn't. I don't know because Tech Broly honestly is really. I want to say he's self sufficient. He doesn't do anything in terms of his key, but his links are pretty good as long as you're running other Saiyans. Because it's Saiyan Warrior race, the Saiyan lineage, prepared for battle, Super Saiyan, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. So if you're running an LR team, he's already getting Legendary Power, and you're running a Super Saiyan team, so he's going to get all those Super Saiyan links. So he's fine realistically, and even when he transforms, he's I think the same. Yeah, he has the same links. The only one you're never going to get is Berserker, but that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't. There's no way you could ever get. You'd have to be fighting this legendary Goku event to get Berserker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so that's just LRs, and you're looking at um, fucking everything else. You have Agi Gogeta, Transforming Goku, a whole multitude of tech cards. Int cards are ridiculous too. It's kind of weird that UI Goku's not on here.
Well, technically, he's not Super Saiyan. I mean, he's really
Oh,
base form.
Yeah, I was thinking of a different category, but yeah, you're right.
But they have heroic warrior Gohan on here that's not Super Saiyan either, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, he awakens into it, but this form shouldn't be on here. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, because if we're going off of that, then there's a lot of other cards that should be a little bit different there.
Everybody in this category is Super Saiyan except for Goku himself and that Gohan. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, there's also a Kaioken Goku, which technically he's in Super Saiyan. It's Super Saiyan Kaioken, but still.
That card, I went crazy for that card, and I've not used it once because there were when it came out, there was a bunch of discount summons, and you were guaranteed to get one of them. And I just threw some stone. I think I only did like 3 or 4, but I think I've got them rainbowed by now because it's almost like they're giving him out to me. It's like just stop, guys. I don't need him anymore.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about the Super Saiyan Goku Angel Kaioken?
Yeah, the physical one, which
yeah.
he's really cool, but he's just a better form of Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, which now that it's getting that easy A with its amazing leader skill, passive, and stats is just there. I don't even. You might as well Baba that card. I never say that about SSRs, but it's putting it to shame. I mean, I wanted to talk about that too. I mean, because last time we talked about it, we didn't know what he was going to have, and they've already got the information from data mining. I mean, he's greatly raises attack for 99 turns, so that's just insane right there. And he's doing immense damage. He's only sacrificing 5 HP, which we've got all these cards now that have kind of crazy transformation HP requirements. This is going to be a godsend for those because one of the things that we talked about was, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have some kind of item that would hurt you, like a Ginyu punching himself in the heart like he did to Goku, or what I really wanted when LR Gohan came out was like an item with Android 16's head that would do damage or transform him or something. I thought that would be I really think they missed a great opportunity for that to be a little dark and humorous, like 4-star. That would have been great. But now you have a card that's going to fit on these teams. that will chip away at your life a little bit, and that's just his leader skill. Then you've got his passive that's attack and defense plus 59, and then an additional attack and defense plus 59 for 10 turns, and then another 59% attack and crits after the ninth turn. I mean, this card is going to be absolutely insane. I can't wait to put him on a team and just run him and demolish events.
Yeah, he's gonna be ridiculous. I don't even know if I have that card.
I've got him rainbowed. I've had him rainbowed since he came out, and I cannot wait. I know I'm going to be waiting like 3 or 4 months, but I can't wait to get. And his links are great too. He's got Super Saiyan. He's got Warrior Gods. He's got Kamehameha. He's got Over in a Flash, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle. I'm not the biggest fan of Prepared for Battle because that was back when we had either Prepared for Battle or Fierce Battle, and I was never a big fan of Prepared for Battle since that was like the free cards, Kylink. But since we're getting it, I mean, hell, he's gonna be just fine. He's gonna have huge attack links, huge key links. I mean, he's gonna be a monster.
Fun fact: I don't have him.
You guys asked earlier. You guys were talking earlier about your summons lately and all that. I have done 2 multis and got nothing. I haven't even gotten a Frieza. But with the tickets that I've gotten from the
You asshole.
the Goku event, I ended up pulling Super Saiyan 3 LR Goku.
You know,
Okay, can we talk about that card real quick? Because I've used him as a friend at some points, and I really like him, except for the fact that his face looks retarded.
Okay, now I have to
Like, the card art on him just physically pisses me
are
off.
you talking about where oh no, I'm thinking about the special attack. I love the special attack at the end where he's just kind of standing there with his fist up, and usually I don't know, he doesn't have a built-in crit, but I feel like he does because every time I use him, he crits for like 6 or 7 million.
No, it's not. It's like if you're just looking at him and you look at his face, it's like scrunched up, like he looks special ed.
I've got one better for you. This is something I said to Kaz real early on because it just like looking at this card, I'm like I just can't stand the face. But Super Saiyan God Goku, the tech one, I just can't. I cannot.
Oh yeah,
stand
he looks so dumb.
Yeah, the face change that they give him when he's Super Saiyan God, I just don't understand. Like I get it. It's got to look different, but it like I don't know. They kind of went derpy with it.
Well,
Yeah.
come on, guys. You got to give Akira a break. I mean, he can only draw one face for the last, like, 50 years. Dragon Quest, Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it's always Goku's face. And even the girls have Goku's face. They just change the hair.
Yeah, that's true.
he can only do so much.
But yeah, so one, I'm jealous of you because I really want that card. Though I'm not jealous of you because I don't like looking at that card.
Would you like to
Well,
look at my
if I could, I
3-2?
would trade you for your Broly because
I fucking love the Broly.
I love that card.
Yeah, I haven't been using him, and I feel bad because he's like one of my favorite cards. Same with Majin Vegeta because Majin Vegeta is my favorite card, and I just got a dupe of him during the 300 mil download celebration, but I haven't been using him because he doesn't fit on any teams that I've been running lately. Minus Vegeta's family, but I don't even like using him on Vegeta's family because I feel like SSB evolved Vegeta's better.
Yeah.
I mean, he is,
But,
honestly.
yeah.
That card,
It's,
like we were talking about earlier, he raises
it's
defense,
frustrating.
then once he transforms,
and I want to use Majin Vegeta on the Legendary Goku event, but that's a mistake.
I love that's still one of my favorite LRs, Majin Vegeta.
Is
I
he
love
still
him.
there?
Yeah, can't you hear me?
Did you go bye-bye?
I think he went bye bye.
Well, while he's figuring out.
Can you
his
guys
stuff.
not hear me?
So you've done just the Frieza Prime battle, right? Oh,
Yeah, I did. The only reason I got that one done was because Dragon Ball, or was it Ginyu? Was it Ginyu or was it Dragon Ball Seekers that got a bonus, and I was able to get it all really quick.
Yeah, I'm here. You can't hear me?
Oh,
Oh,
there
there
you
you
go.
are.
Now you're
Yay!
now you're back.
I don't understand at all. I have no idea. I'm sorry, everyone. That was really weird.
Audio issues. It happens.
Um, no, so I was probably heard this, but we're talking about Prime Battles because I haven't done any of them. I've been slowly working on all of them, like chipping through them and grinding out their 777 medals. Um, but I think some of the Prime Battles, like art wise, is like some of my favorite LRs. Like I was just looking at um the Prime Battle Goku, and I absolutely love that art.
Yeah, I really like that card. I just like I'm 499 medals into Trunks right now, like because I was kind
Hmm.
of back and forth between Frieza and Trunks. But with all of the stuff that they've had us doing the last couple of weeks, the
I
last
know I
couple of
haven't been able to.
months, I haven't been able to do anything else.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping with this, like we're kind of done with major events until well, because they're gonna do. I know Black Friday's a big event, right, Kez? Or around there
Oh,
they
we're gonna
have.
see some good sales for Black Friday. Yeah, I don't know about summons, but we're
Yeah,
definitely gonna see huge sales for that.
Well, we should also be getting a Halloween event soon, right?
Uh, I don't think they've done anything different except for that Candy Vegito and the Boo Candy thing, which I haven't done since they came out because there's no point. It's Candy Vegito is a cool card, but I mean, unless you need a card that's gonna dodge for Potara, I mean, he's got no other place.
yeah. We should be getting an LR step up banner here shortly. I think.
I think that JP got one again. I think they've gotten it twice. I would love it if we got it again, but that we're the redheaded stepchild here, man. I don't know if we're gonna get it
I
again.
know.
Although, speaking of
Well, because
JP, I just saw this just now. They are getting new missions for Legendary Goku event, where kind of like Infinite History, depending on what phase you get to, you're gonna get stones and tickets,
yeah,
and they're also gonna have specific category missions like fusion, hybrid Saiyans, and movie bosses. Okay, so this is bad enough with using top teams to beat. Can you imagine having to do it with hybrid Saiyans?
How can you even do that? Like,
I
is it just luck? I mean,
well,
really?
they just got the new Hybrid Saiyans category lead, so that new Goku or not Goku, the new Gohan, and he's supposed to be ridiculous. Him and the trunks that you could get on the banner,
Yes.
um, are amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's probably
The
why.
future Gohan is supposed to be insane.
Yeah,
But if they have a movie heroes one too, I mean, I have the like pretty much the optimal movie heroes team, and I went in there with it just to try it because I was getting sick of getting wrecked with my Kamehameha team, and when I went to give it a shot because I'm like, okay, well, this got me through most of the game up to this point, so let's give it a try, and I got wrecked on the first guy.
Well, I mean, there's. I wanted to talk about this a little later, but we could talk about some teams for the Goku event since we're kind of here anyway. And there is a Fusion Warrior team that I've seen that's worked. It's a little risky, like you were saying, Al. But you bring LR Gogeta leads, and then you bring Agility Gogeta, you bring Strength Easy A Gogeta, you bring Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, uh, Majin Buu, Vegito, and then believe it or not, MVP 17. And because he just debuffs everything, and he can block really well as long as you're a little bit hurt, and you've got a team that can pretty much dish out a good amount of damage. You've got three physical units to take care of UI Goku at the end. The only issue I think you're gonna have is again Strength Goku, like we were talking about earlier. Strength Goku is like the gatekeeper for this whole fight. As long as you get to him, once you get to him, it's easy. But you've got to get through him without using items. That's the issue that I think a lot of people have. And Agility Gogeta is not going to be able to do that on his own without some luck. So
Yeah, and you're also running three physicals, so
that he's
you're
going
gonna,
to hit
it's just
hard.
super liability.
wait, which? So you have uh Gogeta dual leads, um, and then the three other Gogetas, and then What were the last two ones on there?
It's basically Gogeta team with MVP 17 and then Super Vegito, the physical Majin Buu
Okay,
one.
that's the one I'm actually looking at right now, and I was like, yeah, that seems really fucking risky.
It can be, but like I said, you've got the cards to beat LR not LR. You've got the cards to beat UI Goku. It's just getting there, which is the risky part. And items that I'm seeing
Yeah.
are Ader and Future Bulma. So you've got your healing ones, and then you've got your defense items, Whis and Princess Snake. So, I mean, that's what I was. I used like one or two items when I was doing my runs, and that was all it was. I was getting up to Strength Goku, and that was where I took my damage on purpose so I could fuse. And as soon as I fused, then I used or when I took the damage to fuse, I used an Usher so that nothing would happen the next round, and I transformed right going into it, and then just finish off Goku and move into the UI phase of the battle.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I mean, with this team, you'd have two that would end up fusing. So you have two more heals right there. It's risky, but it's also got a lot of high risk, high reward.
Well, yeah, and here's the question I've been meaning to ask you guys, and it's a perfect time to ask it. Okay, so the items I usually run with is I'll run with a Dende, a Senzu Bean. I was running with King Ox and Ushers. That's what I usually run any event with. Those were just kind of like my go-to. But I saw a couple of screenshots you guys were sending out, and I saw that you guys were running with that Frankenstein dude.
Yeah, Android 8. That's I call him Ader from because that's what Goku called him in Dragon Ball.
Yeah. So the items I run with are let me tell you here. So I run Icarus because I don't have any Whis, um, and Icarus is just at 5% lower, so he does um, damage received reduced by 35% for 2 turns versus Whis is 40. And then I go Ader, which is recover 70% HP, and all allies defense plus 50% for 2 turns. So you're still going to take damage when you have an Ader up, because he doesn't reduce the damage you receive, he just raises your defense. But on an event like that, where you should theoretically be stacking defense, um, or cards that stack defense or raise their defense naturally, um, he works out really well. And then I do Ghost Usher and then Sensu Bean. That's what I use.
I have two
Okay.
item runs. I have, like you were saying, Al, the regular events, Dokkan events, whatever. I run with what you said, except I use Dende, Sensu Bean, I use King Yema, and I use Usher, and that's just my kind of like 90% of this game. That's what I run with. When I do stuff like Infinite History, when I do
Oh, you cut out
SBR,
there
when I
again,
did the
Kaz.
Goku event, I bring Ader,
Or
I
did
bring
I cut
Future
out?
Bulma.
So yeah, we had some audio issues. Kaz got dropped from the internet, and we had to cut this one early. I'm sorry. We'll hopefully have no problems next time.
Because, like Ken was saying, Ader is going to be 70% heal and then 50% defense, and Bulma is just the flip of that. She's attack instead of defense. So if you get your Dokkan attack and you get your perfect lineup, even if you don't need to heal, you throw that Bulma on there, and I'm sorry, it's 25. It's an extra 25% attack, not 50, but you can do a lot of damage throwing her in there. And then I bring Icarus and I bring Whis. That way, I've got 4 turns of hopefully I'm not going to be taking a lot of damage. Because there's a lot of when you get higher units like this. What was that?
Yeah, King Yama was the one that I was using, not Ox King. I'm sorry. Yeah, Kaz, we can't hear you.
Your thing's fucking up there again.
Well, at least it'll be picking it up on his end.
Yeah, that's true.
Motherfucker,
So
motherfucker.
he's just gonna be having a one-sided conversation with himself. I could actually, now that I'm looking at it, that um, the Fusion Warrior team, I could technically do because I have all those cards. Let me check that out here. That might be doable for me. but it's also still probably gonna suck. Because I don't really have dupes in any of those cards, which is the shitty thing.
Yeah, my Gogeta game is really bad. Like, I've got a good edgy Gogeta, and I've got the LR, but I don't have the... I think there's another LR Gogeta. I don't have him.
No, there's only one LR Gogeta.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yep, there goes Kaz. Kaz, no.
Hope his
Where'd you
computer
go?
didn't die.
Yeah, that would suck. That would really suck. But yeah, looking at that Fusion Warriors team, because I have my MVP is really good. I think I have 2 dupes in him. Let me double check here. Yeah, I have 2 dupes in MVP.
Who was he
That would
saying?
be doable.
Who was he saying? It was Int Gogeta that we should bring too? Was it the strength one? Not the strength one, right?
No, he was saying the strength one, the Easy A strength one.
Okay.
That was. That's not optimal because there's no optimal for that fucking event yet. But he's Easy A, so he's gonna have higher stats than most other cards on there. So. But speaking of MVP, I finally actually have been using him. Finally got him awakened after I fucking kept getting him. I love that card. That card is so good. He works out so well in a lot of events. Has Kaz messaged us?
No.
Oh no, Kaz.
That's fine. I can edit it. We can probably cut like this explanation of it, but I can edit it it'll take a little bit of extra time, but whatever. Gotta deal with looking it up.
Like I said, we don't necessarily need to cut stuff like that because this may be it, depending on if he doesn't get back on or we figure out whatever happened. But it's a conversation. Who cares? Oh, his internet just went
Okay,
out.
so maybe
Just
at least he'll still have his thing running.
yeah, his recording. What was I saying here?
Probably want to cut this anyway because it's probably a lot of him going, "Oh, fuck this shit."
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I'll just make a note. It's at like an hour 4-ish.
Yeah, an hour in basically. From there, figure it out.
Yeah.
I need to get. Is there do you know if there's a farmable Gogeta that I can use to increase their super attack with? Because that would be cool.
I don't think there's a farmable Gogeta at all.
That's lame.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I ended up when I got him, I ended up using the blue Kais that I was getting from the Broly Easy A for him because at the time I had Broly, but I just didn't mess with him at all. Like I hadn't like awakened him. It was real early on too because it was all during that super event.
Yeah. Extreme Z. Is this it? This might be it. There we go.
So I'm looking in the news, and there's this Wrathful Outburst Showdown on Planet Namek special missions. That didn't happen yet, did it?
It is. It's going on right now.
I haven't seen a single one of these. Oh, never mind, I did. I was looking at these time-limited missions, and I was like, I didn't remember doing any of these. But then I saw the Awaken 50 nodes.
Yeah, so that's the one that you probably already just got by doing the regular events and shit.
Yeah, I'm just looking for some. I'm looking for some stones. I want to do multi. I don't want to do the quests. Not until there's 4 times experience again.
Yeah, I'm already done with. I've done pretty much all the quests and missions and everything. Like I have no more stones to gain except for I still need to finish off. Obviously, I still need to do the fucking legendary Goku event, but I don't think I'm gonna be getting that anytime soon. Unless I get really lucky with my teams or go through and do finish up the infinite history shit with the specific teams that you need.
Yeah.
But even that, like, I don't have any good Android cards to do that one, so to wait on that as well.
I should give that a shot. What is it? Only you need to do it with 3 Android or just a full Android team?
So it's I'm trying to remember. There's 2 for each specific one. For the verse Superclass Warriors or verse Saiyans, whatever it is, or verse Superclass, I can't remember. It's defeated with 3 androids and 3 androids and Cell Saga cards.
Oh, okay.
Category cards. And then the verse androids, it's 3 hybrid Saiyans and 3 something else, but I don't remember what. Pure Saiyans, maybe? But I like I said, I don't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to go through and check.
Yeah. Yeah, I can take a look. Yeah, I might go back through that since I got the LR androids. Probably run them, either the Int 16 or the Tech Fighters 16. I really like that one.
Yeah. Probably the Int because he counts as because the Z Fighters, the Tech one, doesn't count as Android Cell Saga.
Oh, okay.
He'll count as androids, obviously, so that will nick one. But if you want to do both at once, the Int one would be better.
Okay. And then I'll probably run Int Cell, EZA Cell, or the Tech one.
Yeah.
And I don't know, 18 MVP 18 or I got a couple of good or MVP 17s. I'm sorry. See, I get the androids mixed up. Or I've got a couple decent 18s. I could probably just toss one on the team.
Yeah, you really need to get the free to play LRs. The free to play LRs. Fucking A. Free to play LR androids. There we go. Holy shit.
Yeah, I should just tackle that.
It's honestly not that bad. Like it actually is awful, but it's not that bad. Cuz it's like 7 of or 3. It's like 3 of one and then 7 and then 77 of more. But their actual events isn't that bad. Like I was able to knock it out in a weekend. So like to me it's a lot easier than the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 free to play one.
Yeah.
Cuz that one you have to do the specific team building shit and whatnot, and that just seems way more annoying.
Well, I also don't like that you have to pretty much level 2 of them up to get the SA to 20 without spending any Kais. Because you have to, because they have to get to a certain point before they can, well, you don't have to get them all the way up, but they have to get to a certain point before you can feed them to the other one to get the 20.
Yeah. Well, that's like with these guys, you have to level them up to LR to feed in and raise
okay.
their SA. Because they don't get the 20 out of 20 SA until they get to the LR stage, so.
Yeah, and at that point, I'm
You'd
just gonna, like with that much work, I'm just gonna use Kais because I did that with the LR Frieza, which I'm really kind of kicking myself for spending all those Kais on him because he still has the most attack of anybody on my team or in my on my list, but he just doesn't have any links.
He'll link with any Frieza card. Like he's not going to work on most teams, but like I've honestly been running like just pure Frieza teams. Like what is it? Let me see here. me find the team that I've been using. Hold on. So I use the Transforming Tech Frieza as my lead because he's just a extreme class lead. And then let me tell you for sure what I use. So yeah, Tech Transforming Frieza, Tech Golden Frieza, Angel Golden Frieza, the new free-to-play one that we just got, and then the new Frieza Final Form that we just got with this event, and then the LR Frieza will fit on that team, too. I'm pretty sure LR Frieza will fit on that team.
Yeah, I've only gotten his. I've tried him on a couple of things. Like did him on a Wicked Bloodline. Which I don't even know if he's Wicked Bloodline. I think they probably kept him off of it.
He should be Wicked Bloodlines.
Oh, he is. Oh, he's also Dragon Ball Seekers. Might have to give it a shot. But
actually, he won't fit on that team. Damn it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to see him on like a fully supported team that he works on. I'd like to see the damage that he does because like he's not even. I only have him at 138, and he's at 20,842 attack.
Yeah. Do you have the free to play cooler from whatchamacallit?
Ultimate Clash?
Yeah.
Yes.
He would probably fit on a Frieza team if he did that.
Yeah. Also have I have a rainbowed Ginyu, the physical Ginyu from there, so that'd be another one on Seekers at least.
Yeah.
I haven't awakened him yet. I haven't had the time to go do his stuff because I have to get the medals from spending whatever it is, the incredible gems.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he's gonna be able to get back on.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully he can get his file sent over to you, because if not, that's really gonna suck. So that's what I've been running. Obviously, I don't have everything like fully maxed out yet, but that's been a fun team to run with all the Friezas.
Keep losing it. Oh, like a boss rush almost.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that they had more. Like even if they didn't put stones behind it, I kind of wish they had more boss rush things. And I understand that like they're just taking the bosses from each of the things, but it'd be cool if they like curated a different type of one for like I was kind of hoping that the Cell Saga stuff they'd actually have like a tournament to do where you'd go through like the roster of guys like you did, like you'd have like shit because the Cell event was different, or the Cell tournament was different. It was a bunch of people trying to fight Cell, so it wasn't like a normal world tournament.
Well, I like when we had the during the 4th anniversary, we had the Shinrun event where you just like see how far you can get to. I like that because it's still fun to like just progress, and like you're not really mixing your teams around because you kind of have your set team, but you keep just going and see how far your teams can get with that, and you don't necessarily get rewarded heavily, but you get training items every time that you beat it.
was that? What was that last part? One more time. I'm sorry.
I was just saying with that during the 4th anniversary we had that Shenron event where it's you just keep climbing and climbing and seeing how far you can take, get your teams to go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because it wasn't hard, but it was, it was time consuming and whatnot, and you don't get rewarded heavily for it, but you get your training stuff, training materials and whatnot with it. Oops.
Yeah. That was I can't remember what I got to on that one. That one was fun. It was just like you said. It was a little too much work, too much time put in. I mean, it wasn't hard, but it was long.